This comes from the Too Personal podcast, which stars Taylor Rooks as well as Joy Taylor. Let's get to it.
I think I've come to the conclusion this is what I'm going to talk about this week. Because we got to have a conversation about this. I don't think people are having as much sex as they say they are. I think people are lying. I think it's cap. I think y'all are lying. Like, I think you're straight up lying how much sex you actually have. And hear me out. Because going about the earth, you know, people are always talking to me now, thankfully, because they're watching and enjoying our show, about what I think about certain conversations and certain hypotheticals and, you know, what would I do if my man did this or that? And, you know, just thoughts about things. And it comes down a lot to men and having sex and how much sex men have, and women and they're cheating or like sneaking, like having creeps. And I just think about it and I think about how much sex I turn down. Sex is easy for me to get. Like, I could have sex every 15 minutes with a different person. I could have a schedule with my assistant, and for the entirety of the year, I could probably have sex for the rest of the year.
As a man and as a woman, it's night and day. Women don't have to try. You can be an extremely ugly ass woman and still dudes will bend you over because men like to have sex. But Joy saying that she can get sex all the time. I mean, her and Taylor Rooks are two good looking women who are both known to be good looking. I'm looking at a ton of makeup though. I've got myself in the habit of holding my compliments back to women about their beauty when they have on a pound of cake up a piece, but that's neither here or there. That's not the topic right now. But women can get sex. I don't really understand what point she's trying to make me.
I don't know if everyone's having sex. I don't think so. I think it's cap. It's everyone out here talking about they do this and they don't have female friends because they would smash, or they couldn't be around this type of man because they would just not be faithful. They couldn't work with a fine man like that. Y'all are having sex like this. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I need to see the proof. I don't think people be having sex the way that they say they do. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Because I've asked this question to people, like, you know, how much sex do you have? And what I'm saying about what I really mean by this is, I think people are exaggerating the amount of ass that they pull.
I think that context is maybe important because, I don't know, a lot of people that I know are doing the deed a lot.
Taylor says she ain't going for that.
Take me to Pound Town. Take me to Pound Town.
Like, I think it sort of depends. Now, I think that random people that are taking the time to leave the comments that they are leaving on the things that you're referring to, I don't know if it is happening at as high of a clip as they might claim, but I gotta say, there are people that are doing this very often. That I have to say.
I guess.
But it's also like, what's a lot? Like, I don't know. But let me be clear. There is some real cap in it. I'm not saying there is none.
It smells
but there
cappy.
are people that are.
It smells cappy to me. It does. And I do think it matters, you know, obviously the access that you have, you know, how often you're out, where you live, you know, do you have access to new people? And to be clear, I'm not saying you might have one sneaky link that you consistently hit up, so therefore you are having consistent sex. I'm talking about the people that exaggerate the number of people that they're bagging. That is what I'm saying. Like,
okay, now that I can get behind.
Yeah.
I completely agree that people exaggerate how good they are at reeling them in. That I agree with.
Okay, you talking about people just exaggerate about their game. You're talking two different things though.
100%. But I don't know. There's a lot of sex being had out here.
I mean, people are having sex for sure. But I do think that the numbers are being exaggerated. It's sneaky suspicious to me. And also the quality that we're talking about here, like there's a lot of bragging going on. And I think I need to see some evidence, you know, like send me the evidence.
Joy Taylor sound like she ain't had nobody bang her out in a while.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Joy sound like she wants some D and she want it now.
Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw.
It's like she hurting for a squirt.
We want to see the tape.
Yeah, I need to see tape. I didn't say tape on this
It was like,
because
beat that cat up.
maybe I'm just getting older, so I'm like, I don't. How and where do y'all have time to be out here with all these people? You have people in your house, and this is no judgment whatsoever. Truly. I'm just saying. I don't know, y'all.
We'll say
I
pump the
don't
brakes.
know. I don't know what y'all. I don't think so. I have a sneaky suspicion that the amounts of bodies is not as high as some of y'all are saying, which is could be considered a good thing.
Yeah, but to your point, everybody can't have everybody. That's the thing. So there can't just be this pool of individuals at your beckoning call. Doesn't matter what, when, where, how. They are ready for you because you are just that magical and that great. And I do think people somewhat portray the like, oh, if that was me, I would have.
Mark.
Yeah, that's what it's all
No,
like.
I don't think so.
Literally.
I don't think so. And it's specifically because it is actually work to go out, meet someone, and convince them to just go on a date with you, let
True.
alone you hit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we have gone from first to home run in a exponentially
listen,
quick
home run hitters get paid a lot of money because that is the hardest thing to do in sports is hit a professionally thrown baseball is the hardest thing to hit.
Yeah, but this is just a metaphor. It's not hard to meet a chick and bang her out the first night. What are we talking?
Bang! It's good.
What,
Hey, yo, what the
what are we talking about here? I understand the metaphor she's trying to use, but it's not used in the right
And
context.
to hit a home run, that's why we're excited. That's why we got the Derby. I don't
Chicks
know
give it
about
up
y'all
first
in
night all the
Derby.
time.
I'm just saying. I don't know if all of you are being invited to the Derby. Some of you are.
But most, I don't know.
I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying there's a lot of talking going on, and I'm like, and I also am a listener. Like we're listeners, journalists.
Yeah.
Not that I consider myself a journalist, but at one point, Taylor certainly is. We listen for a living as well, and I'm listening to the way that you talk about sex, the way that you talk about people, the way that you generalize everything that goes on in the world, the way that you say you wouldn't this and you wouldn't that. I don't know. All I'm
Yeah,
saying
you're
is,
like, who's falling for this?
all I'm saying is, I have a sneaky suspicion that y'all not having as much sex as you say you are. That's all.
I love that this was your thought.
It's.
I love that
I'm
this was your
suspicious.
It sounds to me that Joy Taylor is projecting it a bit much because she's not being taken to Pound Town like she was like it. That's one. Second point has nothing really to do with the video, but I've noticed about their podcast. I probably watched 4 or 5 episodes of it in preparation to record this video, and they suffer from PPM a lot. Both those two professional point missers. They PPM a lot given this subject. Having been on YouTube, next month will be 2 years. I've been on here long enough to tell you if a podcast is good or not. Their podcast is not good. For both of those attractive women to have a podcast and hasn't taken off yet, it's because they'll have a good subject and they just talk around it. Like there's a lot of bird babble. But hey, what do you guys think? There's been statistics showing that a lot of men or most men aren't really having sex like that, not nearly as much as they were 20 years ago. So it definitely is some truth in what she's saying. But again, I just think she wants somebody to come over there and scratch her itch. You guys let me know what you think. Do better, squad. Fall out.